Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Your vacation is now playing.
Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
a builder,
I coach,
culinary arts, auditor,
A firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official,
just go for it.
take the plunge, open the door.
say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
To Brickyard Park in Kingsport, Tennessee. It's college softball on the Southeast Sports Network, about to get underway between the Union College Bulldogs and the Koalas of Columbia College. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, two really good programs. As you can see, Union went 15-25 during the regular season. The Koalas 24-21, both battling it out last night. Tough test on day one. Only one can move on. Lorenzo, the stakes couldn't be higher for these two programs. Your thoughts on what to expect today?
Well, we're going to see two very desperate teams out there today. It's an elimination game, so that means that the loser sees their year come to an end. All of the blood, all the sweat, all the tears, all of the passion that you put in to the season, it all can potentially end today. And then the other team will be moving on and advancing into the tournament. It couldn't be any bigger than this here in game 2 of day 2.
Here's a look at your Union College Bulldogs. They've been so good this season. Obviously looking to make some magic happen in the tournament against the Koalas. And they're going to need it. The Koalas have been really successful, but Union College, obviously no slouches themselves. 15-24 overall. Lowe has 10 home runs, second in the conference, and the team batting average 292 this season. We'll take a look at our Columbia College Koalas as well. The Koalas have been really good. Obviously, 24 wins, one of the best marks in the conference. Here's a look at the numbers for your Columbia College Koalas and their dugout. Coming back, getting ready now as we meet the starting lineups here. 24 wins, team batting average 274. Tied for 5th in the conference in home runs at 23, and they'll need a couple of those big plays today. Will they be able to create those home runs? Will they be able to rope balls into the outfield? Any final thoughts from you before we meet the starting lineup?
Well, Columbia is a team that they were not one of the worst teams in the conference. They were a team that had their moments. They've beaten some of the better teams in the conference, so they definitely know that they're capable. But all of that can mean nothing if Union comes out and performs better than them today. So it should be a lot of fun.
I think everybody's really excited for this one. I know I am. Right now, the Koalas taking to the field. They're going to be on the defensive side of things in the top of this first. Batting order for the Union College Bulldogs: Turner, Keller, Lowe, Wisenant, Dixon, Easton, Harris, Petrie, McGinley, and Cole. Pitching to lead off will be Cole for the Bulldogs of Union College. For the Koalas, Sanders, Azurdia, Smith, Monson, Crawley, Roman, Poole, Strickland, Franco, and pitching is Dennis. About ready to get underway between these two programs. Seen a lot of great action already so far throughout the course of this tournament. Fans out in full force for this one, excited for the matchup.
Aisling.
Sunshine rolling over the hills in East Tennessee. We're ready to go from Brickyard Park in Kingsport, Tennessee, between the Koalas of Columbia College and the Union College Bulldogs on SESN and our simulcast to the Appalachian Athletic Conference Digital Network. Big thanks to everybody for tuning in today. Great action in store. Be sure to get connected with us and follow along for all of the action. Find the conference at AAC Sports and visit aacsports.com for updated brackets, tournament info, award winners, and more. Find us for highlights, full broadcast all the time, and a 24/7 live feed on our website at SESN Sports, SESNsports.com. Looking forward to getting connected with you. Here's a look at the standings, the final regular season standings for the conference this season. Reinhardt University on top, not only for softball, but baseball as well. We're about ready to get underway. One final meeting down there. Baseball going on across town. Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament action. Gary Justice on the call. You can tune in on SESN and the AAC Digital Network right now. It's the top of the third. The Bears are leading the Cavs 3-0.
It is a familiar face in the circle for Columbia in this game. Megan Dennis is back, and she's pitching for the Koalas. She appeared in their matchup last night against Tennessee Wesleyan. Of course, looking for some more success here against the Union Bulldogs. Tori Turner, the sophomore, is leading things off.
Took a big swing. We'll see how she can do with her cuts in the early stages.
Pardon me, not Tori Turner, that's Megan Merritt.
That was off the mark for the pitcher as well. Count nearly full, 2-2. Top of the first, Megan Dennis is dealing. Leadoff batter, Tori Turner. Turner chops it left. She's racing down to first where she's cut down. One away, great play by the shortstop to the left. That's a good start, a big boost in the top of the first to cut down that first batter after she gets a nice little hit to the left side. Almost looked like that was going to squeak through the gap, able to get that up, get it over to the bag at first, and now one down. Kayla Keller steps back. Her first appearance at the plate, second in the order in this one. If you're just joining us, the 15-win Union College Bulldogs, the 24-win Columbia Koalas. It's the Appalachian Athletic Conference softball tournament from Kingsport, Tennessee.
So the most interesting thing about this game when it comes to Union is the fact that offensively they had a very tough go at it against Johnson yesterday. Of course, most of that was due to the spectacular pitching from Lindy Weber. She was superb. But Union slow arriving from a hitting perspective here in Kingsport. Can they turn the tide in this game?
Sending her back to the dugout, calling her out. Great hustle play again by the Koalas, just able to get the ball there. Coach talking to the official down the chalk. She stayed there as long as she could. Trying to convince him, come on, I'm not out.
Pleading her case most definitely, but that only goes so far. Of course, the umpire is always right.
At least once yesterday that got me. Stood around, waited, looked innocent. 2 down, top of the first. Megan Dennis already 8 pitches deep. Sarah Lowe, third in the order. Plays right field for the Bulldogs. Dennis, the 0-1. Shot to the left side, it escapes up the chalk, and she's on board over at first. Great hit by Lowe.
And if you're a fan of Union College, you have to definitely appreciate that hit right there. It was the 4th inning that Union got their first hit in their game against Johnson, so definitely starting off a little bit faster here against the Koalas.
One on board over at first, 2 away, top of the first. Chopped left side, that's into the outfield, and so both runners advance.
And they have already hit their tournament high in hits right now with two hits in the first inning. And maybe a 2-out rally here to try to get on the board early against Columbia. You knew that they were going to try to place an elevated amount of emphasis on starting fast, especially with the way that things went. Starting so slow against Johnson. Johnson kind of jumped out ahead on him. So being able to start fast can go a long way towards not just allowing you to put pressure on Columbia, but also putting that belief in yourself, make you believe that you can win this game as well.
Kingsport, Tennessee, we went and got lunch at Mid-City Grill yesterday. Beautiful downtown district. Chopped right up the middle. This one nearly escapes. Flipped to second. She can't glove it. We've got a run coming home and an early lead for the Bulldogs of Union College. 1-0.
And that was a tough play that Monson was trying to make. She was trying to toss that straight from her glove. She went down and sprawled out to pick it up. Could not make the throw clean enough to the second baseman, Franco. Union taking advantage and striking first.
Yeah, Union College, a really nice play. Perfectly struck left side. Couldn't quite gobble that up out there at the base with her glove. Ball stays in the dirt. Runner comes home. Dixon with a single, low scoring, 1-0 Union College Bulldogs. Still 2 on board, 2 away in the top of the first. She's hit. She'll load the bases. Now 2 in scoring position for Union College. And this is an interesting one. We were talking about the seeding before we got started of these programs. Union College, obviously not the favorite. 15-win program, 24-win Columbia College Koalas.
And Dennis has 2 outs on the board, so she just needs to be able to settle in, calm down, and get that 3rd out. Union, of course, trying to keep their rally going.
Megan Dennis already almost 20 pitches into this. Chopped foul into the backstop. Two away, bases loaded, top of the first. Kaylee Harris at the plate. The shortstop awaiting the pitch. Harris holds off. Zipped right down the middle. Two away, bases loaded, count is 2-2. Dennis, this one chopped right to Dennis. She can cut her down at first, and she will. That retires the side. A hot start in Kingsport, bases loaded. Able to escape without any further damage. 1-0 Union College Bulldogs. We'll be right back. SESN AAC.
At Shry Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Shry Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. College softball, Southeast Sports Network, and our simulcast to the Appalachian Athletic Conference Digital Network. I'm Gabriel Shry, thrilled to have you here with us. Really good action between these clubs, early stage. 1-0 after the top of the first. Union College able to get low across the plate. Lorenzo, that's a hot start. And when you're the lower seed, obviously you need all the momentum, all the energy you can get on your side. How big of a difference does it make down the stretch? Is it meaningless, basically? It's just one run?
It's meaningful just because of the belief that it fills your team up with. And I know that I said it a lot yesterday. I've said it today, but you have to believe that you can win these kind of games. You don't want to get behind, because when you get behind early, especially a team like Union, that coming into this game, they're 15-25. You kind of get that deja vu feeling like, oh, man, here we go again. So when you're able to strike first, now you start to feel like, hey, we can win this game, and that just changes the entire tenor of your team going forward for the rest of it.
We flipped sides. Columbia College now seeing pitches from Leah Cole. Mary Catherine Sanders taking her cuts. Center fielder does not swing. Bottom of the first, Kingsport, Tennessee, college softball, the 1-1. chopped at, goes foul.
Another thing that they were able to do by scoring that early run is now they put some pressure on Columbia. Now Columbia will need to be able to respond. Maybe they start to get that feeling because they had a game yesterday that got out of hand as well, facing off against Tennessee Wesleyan.
Chopped right up the middle, floats just over the top and able to get on board at first as that one escapes into the edge of the outfield.
And Cole, the pitcher, tried to make that initial grab. The ball kind of bounced off the edge of her glove. Second baseman Easton tried to come underneath it as well. She slipped in the dirt.
Showing bunt. She'll stay at the plate. One on board now. Bottom of the first from Kingsport, Tennessee. College softball. Tournament action for the Appalachian Athletic Conference, SCSN AAC Network. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, 1-0 Bulldogs. There's that bunt. Right side. She's cut down at first, looking for the double and can't get to second in time. So a runner advances into scoring position now for the Koalas.
And that's the important part about that bunt. Sometimes when you lay down a bunt like that, you're not thinking about yourself. You're not thinking of you getting on base. You're thinking of moving that lead runner in the scoring position and giving your team a chance to strike.
Next in the order for the Columbia Koalas, Kylie Smith, the DP. Smith blasts that edge of the outfield left side, and so the runner will stay at second. Smith will head back to the dugout. 2 away in Kingsport in the bottom of the first. Great contact for Smith. That working early for her. Monson pulls up. We've got a runner headed down to the third, trying to advance to that final leg and able to make it safely for the Koalas. Sanders on third. Monson batting. 2 away. One nothing Bulldogs. The 1-1. Bottom of the first. That's a ball. Cole, the 2-1. Chopped left side, roped right to the shortstop. That retires the side. We'll take a break with these two programs and be back in a 1-0 ball game with the top of the second in just a moment on SCSN and the AAC Network.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Welcome back to Brickyard Park, Kingsport, Tennessee. It's college softball on the Southeast Sports Network and AAC Digital Network. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Here with me, Lorenzo Robinson, for all the action today between these two programs. A really good one underway already. Lower seed is ahead, 1-0.
A nice start there from Union. They've done everything they needed to do here in the first inning. So now moving forward, can they continue to keep the pressure on Columbia? Can they continue to play their best ball and bounce back from their defeat yesterday?
Big swing for Petrie. Top of the second, 1-0 Bulldogs. They're at bat. AAC softball tournament from Brickyard Park. Megan Dennis, 20 pitches in, the 2-1. Dennis, chopped left side. This stays fair. A play down at the bag at first. She's cut down. One away. In the top of the second.
And Dennis has already shown the capability of being able to get some people out during this game. She ran into a bit of trouble with 2 outs on the board. Union able to mount a little bit of a rally in scoring that run. So they're going to need some more of the best version of Megan Dennis if they're going to be able to come away with a victory today.
Top of the second, one away. Count 1-0. Ball 2.
And this is a quick turnaround for Columbia as well. They had a game late last night, ended just prior to midnight. So definitely a quick turnaround. We'll see if that will affect them at all in this game.
Chopped right up the middle. She's going to be safe over at first and stays on the bag. What a nice hit.
Nice hit indeed. Exactly what Union needed yet again. You can just see this is a different team now. They're walking with a different swagger. You can see that their dugout is being very energetic. It's very unlike what we saw from them in the previous game. So now they're starting to play with some of that fire and that belief.
Petrie grounded out. McGinley singles to center field. She's on board. One away in the top of the second. This is Tori Turner. Turner, the leadoff hitter in this order. Our second time seeing her. She's 0 for 1 in the top of the second inning. Dennis, the 0-1. Throwing up the bunt. Goes foul. Chop, straight back, just into the outfield, and the center fielder pulls that in for our second out of the top of the second. Runner stays on board and safe over at first. McGinley at first. Turner just flew out. She's replaced in the batting order by Kayla Keller.
And 2 outs on the board is when Union made their rally in the first inning. What do they have in store for an encore? Obviously, Megan Dennis and the Koalas hoping that they can slow them down and keep them at bay. But how about Union already with 4 hits in this game? Again, just 1 in their loss against Johnson yesterday.
Big time swing. Kayla Keller wanted all of the smoke. Count now 1-1 with 2 away. Dennis throws ball 2.
Keller's batting .304 this year. She struggled in the first game. 0 for 1 so far in this one.
Right side, this stays fair. She's on board at first and headed to second. Runner across third. She's coming home, looking for the second run of the ball game, and she's got it. 2-0 Union College Bulldogs in Kingsport.
And before I could even say it, Kayla Keller made me right. I was going to say that you had to feel like something was coming from her based off of what we've seen from her throughout this year. And right on cue, a big-time RBI triple. Union putting up another run. The second time in as many innings they've been able to do so with 2 outs on the board.
McGinley across, Keller on board in scoring position at third. Count now 1-0. Dennis is dealing for the Koalas of Columbia College. 2 away, top of the second, 2-0 Bulldogs. Sarah Lowe, who was big time in that first inning, 1 for 1 today, now at the plate. Count is 1-1. Chop to the left, and this goes foul.
And that's now 2 innings in a row that Megan Dennis was able to get 2 outs on the board quickly and then surrendering a run. She has to be able to close the deal on these innings.
Golden Tigers of Brunauer here, as are the Eagles of Reinhardt University down to our right.
The top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles, I should add.
2-0 Union College Bulldogs. 2 down. Koalas are just looking to retire the side. Dennis dealing, Low at the plate, battling it out. Count is 2-2 with 2 away. Popped up straight into the field. Edge of the outfield. This one comes down, and we've got another run across.
And that was hit kind of in that awkward spot where the infielders aren't really sure if they should be the ones tracking it. The outfielder is doing their best to try to come underneath it. Columbia, a little bit of miscommunication there, and Union able to take advantage.
Meeting coming on the mound. Up inside of the circle, rather, for the Koalas of Columbia College. 24-win team, 15-win Union Bulldogs currently ahead. 3 runs to nothing in Kingsport, Tennessee. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, really good action through the course of this one so far. Glad to have you along for the ride. Here's a look at those standings, the final regular season standings for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. These 2 teams included, and we mentioned it just a moment ago, but the Golden Tigers on standby, the Reinhardt Eagles on standby. They'll play in our next contest. Golden Tigers wearing the white jerseys on the bottom left, Eagles the blue on the bottom right.
And that game should be a whole lot of fun. Brunel and Reinhardt, just the way that Brunel came out firing against Troy McConnell, posting 12 runs. They made a little bit of a statement in a game that coming in felt like a matchup between 2 teams that were relatively even based off of what we've seen this year. And then Reinhardt, not necessarily their best game yesterday against Bryan, but they were able to come away with the victory, 5 runs to 3.
Popped up, floated out, and that'll retire the side. So we'll take a break with these two and be back with more college softball in just a moment on SCSN and the AAC Digital Network.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Shry Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
Back in Kingsport, Tennessee at Brickyard Park. In the lead, the Union College Bulldogs looking good. Gabriel Shrine, Lorenzo Robinson, AAC softball tournament action. Bulldogs came out of the gate swinging. They're not messing around.
They're not messing around at all. They've started off much faster than they did in their loss against Johnson. Already 5 hits and 3 runs on the board. Now, can Columbia answer back and prevent this from potentially getting away from them as it continues?
We'll find out. The Koalas back at the plate, offensive side of things in Kingsport. Big swing. Catching a strike. The dugout fired up about that. Count 0-2. Popped up right side. This goes foul back into a fan.
I spoke about some of the struggles offensively that Union had in their game against Johnson, but Columbia did not fare much better against Tennessee Wesleyan. They were not even able to record a hit in their game yesterday, facing off against the reigning AAC Pitcher of the Year in Bailey Phillips. Columbia does have a hit that came in the first inning earlier in this one. They're hoping to change their offensive fortunes here today as well.
Chopped left side. That nearly stayed fair, but it rolls just over the line. Popped up left side, and that's going to be gloved easily in the outfield. One down.
Leah Cole, the player in the circle for Union, has been doing double duty for the Bulldogs this season. She's batting .322 with 7 RBIs, 21 runs. Also, as a pitcher, sporting an 8-6 record, a .461 ERA. Probably one of the more underrated utility players when you're talking about not just the Appalachian Athletic Conference, but around the country as well.
Chop, left side, play over at first. She's out.
Now it's an athletic play there made by the first baseman, Wisnett. She made the catch and was able to get the tag while in midair. That was a really nice play over there at first.
Left side, gloves that. Well played, and it's almost like they couldn't believe it. That'll send us to the break, and we'll be back with more in just a moment in Kingsport. Back from Brickyard Park in Kingsport, Tennessee, college softball AAC tournament. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, 3 runs to nothing. Tennessee Wesleyan's Bulldogs out in front. Looking good against the Koalas of Columbia. Lorenzo Koalas trailing. So much time left to play, but obviously the momentum in favor of the Bulldogs right now. Any chance that Union can hang on to this and just push their way through?
Of course there's a chance. There's always a chance for anything to happen. And, you know, I said it yesterday, I'm not a purveyor, I'm not a predictor, I'm not a prognosticator, so I can't tell you what is going to happen. But there are definitely chances for both teams to be able to find themselves on top in this game. Columbia has a little bit more work to do, but Union has to feel good about where they are entering the 3rd inning. That was a nice heads-up play there by Megan Dennis. That one was hit right to her, and she had the presence of mind to get her glove up and secure that one for out number 1.
Dropped in low on that one. Top of the 3rd, this is chopped right, Sales foul.
A very disciplined at-bat there from Easton, able to draw the walk, and now Union a chance again with the runner on base, now trying to add to their lead. So now this is Harris, the shortstop, at the plate. Harris is 0 for 1 so far in this game. Laying down the bunt. That's about as perfect of a bunt as you can get. But Easton was off the bag, but she was able to make her way back to second. That potentially could have been very destructive there. She was caught in that little in-between zone, but was able to use her speed to get back to second. But how about that perfect bunt from Harris, laying that down? It dives right in front of the catcher and the pitcher, but far enough from either of them to be able to make a play on it. She's safe at first, and the runner is in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Union now with 6 hits in this game. Again, this is a team that only had 1 hit in their matchup against Johnson. That was a home run. So a much better offensive performance. And another bunt here. And this one is going to result in out number 2 for Union. 2 outs on the board, but Union, again, a situation that is not wholly unfamiliar to them. They scored all 3 of their runs with 2 outs on the board in the first and second innings. Can they do it yet again? Or will Megan Dennis be able to close the door on the Bulldogs here and retire the side? It's now McGinley, the catcher, at the plate for Union. McGinley is 1 for 1 in this game. And it hasn't just been a much better performance for Union, but the love is being spread out. 7 players now have recorded hits for the Bulldogs thus far. Count is now 2-1 after that strike from Dennis. This one a grounder, a routine play, and it will be made at first. And that retires the side. Union leaving 2 runners stranded at second and third, a golden chance to add more runs to their total. They still lead 3 runs to nothing.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. 3-0 Union College Bulldogs, 15-win Bulldogs of Kentucky right now on top of the 24-win Columbia Koalas in the AAC tournament on SCSN and the AAC Digital Network. Thanks for following along. Be sure to connect with us. Find the conference at AAC Sports. Find the Southeast Sports Network at SCSN Sports. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson. Sunshiny day.
It is. It's a much different day than the one that we saw yesterday. It was very dark and gloomy for most of it, so it's nice to see the sun shining down on us here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
We flipped sides of the innings, about to get back underway. The Koalas a chance to go ahead and score some runs themselves. Bottom of the third.
And just 1 hit so far for Columbia. Cole is having a nice outing on the in the circle so far. Got to give her a lot of credit for that. So right now we got to see, can Columbia right the ship a little bit? And Strickland is the person leading things off here in the bottom of the third.
Popped up deep center field, and the Bulldogs send her back to the dugout. One away in the bottom of the third.
And if Cole continues dealing from the circle, and if Union can continue to stay tight defensively, then it may be a long one for Columbia as they try to claw themselves back into this ball game. And that was a brief conversation there between pitcher and catcher, just trying to make sure that everybody is aligned, everybody's on the same page, and you can be sure that you're going to see a lot more of those type of conferences happening. Again, the stakes are so high, but specifically for this game, an elimination game for both of these teams after dropping their first contest in the tournament yesterday. Union out in front, they want to make sure that they maintain their lead.
Driven back left side, that's gloved as well. 2 down.
Sanders at the plate. Sanders is the only Koala player to record a hit so far. And the stellar pitching of Cole. This is only the second time that we made it through now Columbia's order. And that one was well hit. Turner, the left fielder, couldn't come down with it. Sanders, a triple. She now has both of Columbia's hits in this game. She is carrying the load offensively for the Koalas. Very nice one there. And that went right over the outstretched arm of Turner. She tried to make that catch over her shoulder, but she was unable to do so. Now a runner in scoring position for the Koalas for the first time in this ball game. Now it's Azurdia. Azurdia, the outfielder. She was walked in her previous plate appearance. That's the second hit that Leah Cole has surrendered in this game. This one popped up deep in the left field. And it is gone. A home run for Columbia. And they find themselves back into this contest with that 2-run shot from Azurdia. It is now 3-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. What a big-time play there from Columbia. 2 outs on the board. Sanders kicking things off with that big-time triple. And then Azurdia bringing her home with that big-time 2-run shot. All of a sudden, this game just got a whole lot more interesting. Leah Cole's been pitching so well for Union so far, and you can see that quick infield conference, all of her teammates just making sure that she stays positive, stays upbeat. Still plenty of softball left to be played here in Kingsport. And those are the kinds of ebbs and flows that can happen when you have conference tournaments. And because the situations are so dire, it's win or go home now for both of these teams. Whichever team is going to be able to handle the adversity is going to be the one that advances. Adversity is going to strike, but what are you going to do when faced with it? Columbia getting off the mat with that 2-run shot to cut the deficit to just 1 run. Smith, the designated player now at the plate. Smith is 0 for 1 in this game. A grounder, and it makes its way through the gap. Smith gets to first with a single. Columbia, all the momentum in the world. And now Monson, the shortstop, represents the go-ahead run. She's now at the plate. Columbia struggled to get much of anything going offensively in the first 2 innings. Now 3 hits here in the 3rd alone. And Columbia's dugout very energetic. You can hear it from the chants. They're into it. And this one well hit. And it will be caught by the shortstop, Harris. That retires the side, but Columbia able to strike for the first time in this game. Union still ahead, 3 runs to 2. College softball on SCSN. Thank you all for joining us. We're here in Kingsport, Tennessee for this showdown between the Union Bulldogs and the Columbia Koalas. Columbia answering back, putting up 2 runs. The lead is now just 1 for Union. Things are getting very interesting here in Kingsport. Leah Cole has been pitching so well for Union through those first 2 innings, and she was able to get 2 outs on the board relatively quickly for her team, but Columbia rallying to post 2 runs of their own. So now a little bit of pressure on Union. They're ahead by 1 run, but that 1-run lead cannot be considered safe. They need to do everything they can to get some insurance here in this inning. Dennis remains in the circle for Columbia. Megan Merritt back up to the plate for Union. Merritt 0 for 2 so far in this game, but all in all, it's been a much better offensive showing for Union in this contest compared to what they did against Johnson. As Merritt pops this one up in the center field, it will drop near the fence. Merritt is safe at second. That is a leadoff double for Megan Merritt. Union with a runner in scoring position early on here in the 4th. It's been a much better offensive showing for the Bulldogs in this game. They have 8 hits as a team, 8 different players recording a hit so far. Again, much different from what we saw from them in that first game in the Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament. So now Megan Dennis needing to kind of get things back on track for Columbia. She received a little bit of help from her team offensively. Now what can she do? That ball stayed fair. Merritt safe at third. Keller safe at first. Runners in the corners, and that one, it looked like it was kind of bluffing on that line a little bit. It was flinching at the line. Will it go over? Will it not go over? It stays fair. Keller able to take advantage and get to first. You could tell there was a little bit of confusion there from the Columbia Koalas. They were a bit unsure of what to do. It does work out in favor of the Bulldogs, and now we will have an infield conference. The entire infield joining Megan Dennis. So Union, how about this for a response? Columbia being able to post their first 2 runs of the game in the third. Now Union with runners in the corners with nobody gone.
Just a reminder, we've also got baseball going on right now, both on SESN and the AAC Digital Network. Bears and Cavs 5-4. That one's in the top of the 7th where the Cavaliers are in the lead.
Now all set to resume play. Runners in the corners for Union. After that infield conference, we'll see if Megan Dennis is going to approach things a little bit differently. Keller is safe at second after stealing. You could tell that Columbia's catcher Poole knew it was coming, but she just did not pull the trigger. Union now with 2 runners in scoring position and no outs. So just getting something in play potentially brings in a run for the Bulldogs. They're going to need some insurance. They're only ahead by 1 run. Lowe is 1 for 2 so far in this ball game. Dennis with the pitch. It's a bit high for ball number 1, so now a 1-1 count. Again, 9 hits on the board for Union. This one popped up deep in the right field. It's going to be corralled, but 1 run will score for Union. Bulldogs tack on another run to their total. It's now 4-2 in favor of the 7th-seeded Bulldogs. That was a sacrifice fly there from Lowe, sacrificing herself, allowing Merritt to score. Keller's now at third with Wisnick coming up to the plate. Wisnick's 1 for 2 so far in this game. That pitch a bit low in ball number 1, and you can see Wisnick looking over at Keller, telling her to maintain her place at third. There is 1 out on the board here in the top of the 4th inning. That one inside. It was a tight one there. Wisnick just able to look at it. Count now 2-0. Well hit ball there by Wisnick in the left field. It will be caught but Keller will score. Union tacks on another run, so now it is 5-2 in favor of Union. Second consecutive sack fly from the Bulldogs. Wisnit's sack fly brings in Keller after Lowe's brought in Merritt. Union has stretched their lead back up to 3 runs. And just like that, Columbia was able to slash that lead, able to trim it to just 1 run entering the 4th, but Union pushing it back up with 2 important insurance runs in the 4th inning. Designated player Dixon at the plate for the Bulldogs. Dixon is 1 for 2 so far in this ball game. Just thought about going there, but thinks better of it. Instead, it will be a ball. So Columbia's already been able to get off the mat 1 time. Do they have that in them yet again? They weren't back in the game completely, but they were just trailing by 1 run, now needing to string some together. This ground ball is recovered, retrieved, and thrown from the 3rd baseman, Strickland, to the 1st baseman, Crawley. That will retire the side and conclude this half inning. As we get set to change sides, Columbia's deficit is back up to 3 runs. Union ahead, 5-2.
Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
College softball here at SCSN. The Union Bulldogs ahead of the Columbia Koalas, 5 runs to 2. It has been a bit of a tit-for-tat game. We saw Union put up 3 runs early on in the first 2 innings. Columbia responded with 2 of their own in the bottom of the 3rd. So Union naturally with a response immediately after with 2 runs in the top of the 4th inning. So now Columbia will have to get up off the mat yet again if they're going to come away with a victory in this one. Leah Cole back in the circle for Union. Cole surrendered 2 earned runs, but all in all, she has pitched very well for the Bulldogs in this game. So now it's Crawley, the 1st baseman, at the plate for Columbia. Count stands at 1-1. This one a grounder, and it goes through the glove and through the legs of Harris. Crawley able to reach first after that error from the shortstop. Union's been playing so well throughout this game that you just cannot have mistakes like that, especially at this point in the season. That fine line between winning and losing, it is so razor thin. So you need to make sure that you are all on one accord, all well adjusted heading into the game. Definitely a tough mistake for the Bulldogs there. But they do have a 3-run cushion, so the bunt attempt there goes and bounces right off of Roman's back. Count is now 0-2. That one is watched, and The throw is thrown right off of the shoulder of Crawley as she was making her way from first to second. Catcher McGinley for Union, not able to make that throw in time. So now it appears there will be a little bit of a discussion here at second. And nice time for some of the coaches to steal a little bit of instructional time with their players. You can see there that they were checking on Crawley after that ball bounced off of her, making sure that everything's okay, and seem to be all square and kosher here. She's now in scoring position at second base as Columbia is trying to answer Union, who posted 2 runs in the top of this inning. This one a grounder, it's secured, and it falls through the glove of the first baseman. 1 run scores for Columbia. Another critical mistake from the Union Bulldogs. This time the Koalas are able to cash it in for a run. It is now 5-3 in favor of Union. But Columbia, they're right there. They're making a push for it.
That's a fantastic play, getting across. Obviously, you have to rely on getting luck where you can get it. When you do, you have to capitalize. That's exactly what Columbia does.
And there's a common misconception in sports that to win at a high level, you need to just always be better than the opposing team. I mean, sometimes that is definitely a help, but in order to win at the highest level, you do need a little bit of luck on your side. So that's natural for that to happen. Columbia has to feel like they received 2 lifelines in the form of those 2 errors from Union. So now it's the backstop Poole at the plate for Columbia. Poole's 0 for 1 in this ball game. That pitch is high for ball number 1. Koalas feel like they have a little bit of momentum. You can see that dugout's getting very chatty. They're starting to get into their bag of chants a little bit. Bunt attempt here. It's laid down. Cole makes the throw to first, and it will be made in time for the out. But the runner will advance to third. The runner now threatening from third as Strickland, the third baseman, makes her way back up to the plate. For Columbia, they're feeling like the tide is turning a little bit. You can kind of feel it here on the field that the momentum has started to shift. Now, how much will that mean for the Koalas? That is the question. They're still behind by 2 runs. They need to be able to continue to cash in on these chances. Another bunt laid down. Bang, bang play, and safe. She is safe. Roman is safe at home. That was a bang, bang play between her and McGinley, and she beats out the tag at home plate. Columbia adds another run to their total. They now trail by just 1 run, and they have matched the total that Union posted in the 4th inning. The game got interesting in the 3rd when Columbia was able to draw within 1. It is now even more interesting here in the 4th with the Koalas able to do the same after Union had a response. So it's been back and forth and tit for tat. In elimination games, you can see that both of these teams are emptying out the tank. They're going all in for it. After all, the loss means the end of your season. And right now there is an infield conference. Leah Cole discussing things with her coach as well as the rest of her teammates in the infield. And that might have been more of words of encouragement. Leah Cole has had her moments where she's looked superb in this game. Columbia, though, able to take a little bit of advantage of her here in the 3rd and the 4th. They've gotten themselves back into the game. They trail now by just 1 run.
That might be better than the Hey song.
was pretty good.
Pretty
that was
clever.
pretty good. I'll give it to him. That was pretty good.
Zipped right inside. One away.
I think they got drumsticks over there too. I mean, they're well prepared for these moments.
Drumsticks is an indicator of how serious of a business this really is. Pulling up, she'll walk her way down onto the bag over at first. Now 2 on board for the Koalas of Columbia. Runner in scoring position out at second. Here's the delivery.
And the biggest part about that is just 1 out on the board here. This is a golden chance for Columbia to maybe tie things up, maybe do even more. Laying down another bunt here. And she beats that one out. She legged it out, was able to beat the throw at first. Now the bases are loaded for the Koalas.
I think impressive might be an understatement in this case. Bases loaded in Kingsport for Columbia College.
That was a big swing there. Zerdia tried to get all of that one, trying to bring them all in. This is a dangerous time for Union right here. They played so well up to this point. Columbia with all the momentum in the world. This one is popped up high in the center field. Bounces off of the fence. 1 run scores for Columbia. 2 runners on the way home. 3 runs scoring for the Koalas. But the throw out is made at third. But nonetheless, Columbia putting up 3 runs. It is now 7-5 in favor of Columbia. Just like that, they have turned this game completely upside down, and they now lead.
Upside down is right. The Koalas crushing it, scoring run after run on this side of the inning. That is some serious productivity.
And you just felt at one point when they scored that run and their dugout started to get chatty, you could tell they were bringing out chants that we haven't heard from them before. If that's when things really started to turn for them, the momentum completely shifting over to their side.
That's our indicator when a team is getting dangerous. They start busting out new chants. We know everybody should be worried.
That's 19, the designated player, Smith, now coming up to the plate. Smith is 1 for 2 so far in this game.
Lasered in for strike 1. Two down. The 3-1. Suffers strike 2. Bottom side of the 4th inning. Pumped up in the center, trailing, and she got it. That'll retire the side after the Koalas explode for a flurry of runs in Kingsport. We'll take a break and be back with more college softball in just a moment. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. Nestled amongst the Appalachian Mountains, East Tennessee, college softball. It's the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament live on the Southeast Sports Network and AAC Digital Network. A look at the softball final regular season standings for the conference. Reinhardt Johnson, Tennessee Wesleyan, Truett McConnell, the Golden Tigers on top. We'll see the Eagles and the Golden Tigers next. Be sure to be with us. Back down on the field, Columbia switching sides. They just had an explosive half inning, scoring what felt like run after run for the Koalas. Now the Bulldogs have a chance to respond. Tournament action all weekend long. Thrilled to have you along for the ride. We've also got baseball right now on both SESN and the AAC Digital Network. You can watch anytime, anywhere. SESNsports.com/how-to-watch. Bears leading the Cavs 6-5 in the top of the 7th with 2 on board and 2 away just across town in the baseball tournament. That's at Hunter Wright Stadium. I also would like to invite you to be here with us. It's not too late to get tickets. AACsports.com. We're at Brickyard Park. First pitch dropped in for the Koalas. Ball 1. Chop to the right, staying fair, but it's caught by the fielder, and so she'll go back to the dugout with 1 away. Slow start for the Bulldogs. They came out of the gate swinging in this matchup against the Koalas. Center field, trending right. This is gone. 2 down. Well played, Koalas tracking that from the center of the outfield. Gets under it and sending the Bulldog back to the dugout. She had a couple of little jigs last night as well on our nightcap. The 1-0 pitch. Chopped foul right side. Two away, count is 2-1. really tight. That's ball 4, and it sends her down to the bag at first. So the Bulldogs now 1 on board, but 2 away this side of the 5th inning. Late stages of Game 2, Day 2, AAC Sports Tournament, Softball 2024. Thanks for being with us. Right on the edge of the strike zone. Ball 1. Catcher going out to meet up with the pitcher. Battling through it for the Koalas. Bulldogs, Union College, Columbia College. AAC Tournament Softball live from Kingsport, Tennessee. In our 5th inning, it's a 2-run ball game. For now, Columbia's Koalas in the driver's seat against the Bulldogs of Union. That's chopped left. It escapes into the outfield, so both runners now on board, 1 in scoring position. Out at second for the Union Bulldogs. Way back in the early stages of this one, Union was able to score a pair of runs with 2 away, kind of rallied back on the top side of an inning. Can they do it again? A lot left to play today. We've got 2 full games on the Southeast Sports Network and AAC Digital Network live from Brickyard Park. 2 full games of baseball left to play at Hunter Wright Stadium, and we'll have all the action. Two away in the top of the 5th. Count is 1-1. 2 on board, 1 runner in scoring position out at second. Chopped left side, advancing across third. Looks like she's gonna stop. And ball is over the chalk. She could have made it. A great play. Got to take the safe decision, though, in such a close game with season-ending implications for these 2 programs. Now the Union College Bulldogs, trailing by 2 runs with 2 away in the top of the 5th, have loaded bases in Kingsport. Playoff softball from Brickyard Park. From the circle. It's low for her. If you're the Union Bulldogs, this is the perfect spot in the lineup to have loaded bases. She's already gone down to the fence once today. Looking sharp. Right inside. Pulls off on that. 1-0 pitch results in ball 2. Two-0 pitch, chopped left side, right on the edge of the infield, cut down, and that retires the side. So we'll take a break with these 2 and be back at the bottom of the 5th in just a moment from Kingsport. Back in Kingsport, Tennessee with college softball. Bottom of the 5th, a 2-run ball game where the Koalas are in the driver's seat against the Bulldogs of Union College. Yet to be seen if they can hang on to this lead. They'll have a chance to cushion it, though. Union had loaded bases, just couldn't close out that opportunity in the top of the 5th. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, thanks for being with us. We're here all afternoon long, enjoying this beautiful sunshiny Wednesday afternoon.
The momentum swing that took place in between that 3rd and 4th, it seemed like Union was doing everything they needed to do to be able to run away from this one. They were held scoreless in the top of the 3rd. Columbia answering back with 2 runs of their own. Union answering Columbia's answer with 2 runs in the top of the 4th, but the Koalas just exploding in the bottom of the 4th with 5 runs. And then holding Union scoreless in the top of the 5th inning could potentially go down as the most important momentum swing of the game if Columbia can continue to fire offensively.
Great play at third base. She just gloves that. No sweat. Just beyond the zone, that's ball 1.
I've spoken a lot in this game about that mental edge, building that mental edge, and Union had that at the early part of this game, but Columbia being able to swing things back, going their way, it's now in their favor, and they can turn even more if they're able to tack on even more runs to their total. Union facing this 2-run deficit, if it becomes even more, then you start to wonder, does doubt creep into their minds about their ability to win the game?
Two-run ball game, bottom of the 5th. 1 away, here's the 2-1 pitch. Certainly can feel the tension.
You can cut it with a knife even.
Left side, right along the chalk, and this just barely stays fair. She's across first and on board in scoring position out at second.
Crawley's having herself a day so far. That was her 2nd hit of the game. That one getting her in the scoring position, ripping that one into left field. Columbia primed to add even more runs to their total.
Koalas are certainly feeling it. The dugout has grown a bit quiet. One away, runner on board and scoring position at second as that's ball 1.
It's another conference happening between pitcher and catcher again. These games are so tight, they mean so much, so you can expect to see a lot of those. Leah Cole was doing so well for Union. The wheels have kind of fallen off for her in these last 2 innings.
Chop to the left. This is just into the outfield and down. So one on third in scoring position and the other runner on the other corner.
Everything just going the Koalas' way right now. This is a complete flip of what happened to them in their game yesterday against Tennessee Wesleyan, and definitely a flip of what happened in the early stages of this one.
Just feels like Columbia doing no wrong on this side of the fifth. Leading by a pair of runs, this is chopped foul.
And I hate to compare everything to boxing, but I really just love the parallels. Boxing is kind of like an amalgam of many different sports, and you can really relate it to so many different aspects. And if this is a heavyweight fight, then right now Union's reeling a little bit. They're against the ropes. They're trying to regain their breath, regain their composure. But Columbia is just continuing to wail on them, making it so difficult for them to gain any breath.
The bunt coming home, a play right on top of the plate, unreal. Sliding in, trying to get that tag, and the call right away.
It seemed like there was a bit of an objection there from Carly. She was arguing that the catcher was guarding the plate, obstructing her from being able to get there, and it seems like the umpires are going to get together and talk about it. Those are the kind of bang-bang plays that, you know, one side is going to feel very happy about, the other side is going to feel strongly about showing their displeasure. With the game being so tight and with it meaning so much, it can mean a lot. But it seems like after a quick conversation, they agree that the out call was correct.
And that's tough for the Koalas. You're looking to kind of wrap this up, right? Put a bow on it, walk out of here. No more damage sustained. It's going to hurt your momentum just a little bit.
It hurts your momentum, but it shouldn't be the thing that takes you out of it from a mental standpoint. You still have to feel very good about what you've done, being able to battle all the way back, not just battle all the way back, but pull out in front. So you have to feel good about where you are right now.
Two-run ball game from Brickyard Park in Kingsport, Tennessee. College softball on the Southeast Sports Network. Chop to the left, stays fair, and that's going to retire the side. Well played by the Bulldogs of Union. Two-run ball game. Union trails, a chance to get back into it in the top of the sixth in just a moment.
At Shry Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Shry Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, where it's a two-run ball game. We're flipping sides. The Koalas now defending the field. We'll get a look at the Union Bulldogs batting lineup in just a moment. Bulldogs started hot, had the bats working early, and now they need them to be working late as the Koalas have surged to take the lead in the late stages of this one. AAC Tournament Softball Live, SCSN AAC Digital Network. Gabriel Shry and Lorenzo Robinson here with you.
So all of a sudden, all the pressure's on Union now to try to answer back. They have 6 outs to work with, but they're going to need to get something going in a hurry. They were so hot offensively at the start of this game. They've really tailed off as it's continued. Columbia had that explosion that took place in the fourth.
This is Sarah Lowe, who's at the plate and at bat to lead off this sixth inning. Pops it up, center, and one away as the Koalas can put their hands together and feel good about that. Lowe gets the barrel of the bat on the ball, and it's Really well struck, but just doesn't quite sail as far as she would have liked, obviously.
You know who's feeling good about that? Megan Dennis is feeling very good about that. It doesn't get any better than that as a pitcher. One pitch, one out. Very efficient.
Right up the middle with a 1-0 pitch. One away. Makes the count 1-1 in a 2-run ball game in the top of the 6th. There's a train yard right by Brickyard Park. Chop to the right. This is going foul and over the fencing in the top of the dugout, much to the relief of the Bulldog. This time, chop left side comes off of the body of a player over on third base who appears to be all right. Tried to glove that, and it's like she just missed or misjudged the flight path of the ball. Hopefully she is all right. That did not look like it felt good.
And that was Strickland over there at third base trying to catch that off the bat. It was a rocket. She just wasn't able to bring it in. She got her glove on it, but she just wasn't able to come down with it.
Big time moment for the Bulldogs, and now they're going to throw the pinch runner on base. Coming out of the dugout to try and be a hero, Tori Turner from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Played her prep at Broome High. Quick conference in the circle for the Koalas of Columbia College. Trying to stave off the Bulldogs with a 2-run lead. One away in the top of the 6th. Count is 0-1. Held off on that. Umpire calling out over to the official on first. Count now 1-1. Chop to the right, sailing into the outfield, and right in the center of it, she's cut down. Play out at second is going to go the way of the Union Bulldogs as she slides in easily, staying safe.
That was a nice job by Turner to get herself in a scoring position, but will it matter? Will Easton be able to bring her in?
Two down now in the top of the 6th, 2-run ball game. Tori Turner in scoring position at second on the top of your screen. Easton at bat for the Bulldogs of Union. Turner on second. The Koalas looking to just wrap this up in the top of the sixth as the ball fouled off towards us in the press box. I'm not sure where that went. Headed down to first. She's tagged out. I'm going to say that went foul. Fighting with that count, it's now 2-2. She was able to stay alive by fouling. It rolled along the chalk. Anything Easton could put together here would be huge for Union. Tori Turner hanging out in scoring position on second and stuck in place for now.
Union definitely wants to try to get something on the board here, because if not, you only have 3 outs to work with right now, trailing by 2 runs. It could possibly be even more.
Making her way down again up that chalk. On board over at first. 2 runners for the Union Bulldogs. The pinch runner Turner in scoring position at second. Already 2 down on this side of the 6th inning. Delivered low on that one. Painting the corner of that strike zone. Count is now 1-1 with 2 away. Chopped right up the middle. Runner advances down to first. We've got scoring runs coming home. She slides in and she's safe on the plate. Bulldogs make it a 1-run game as the pinch runner Turner hustles her way down across the chalk in the plate.
And how much tighter can this game get? It seems like no team is able to feel comfortable with a lead at any point. Union slashing the lead in half, now trailing by just 1 with another runner on third. Base hit from Petrie likely ties the game up.
Checking in on the other side of town. Hunter Wright Stadium, the baseball tournament ongoing. You can catch live dramatic coverage of that game right now. Gary Justice on the call. This is popped to the right and goes just over the backstop and out of play. much to the relief of the Union Bulldogs. They've already gotten 2 down. They did score 1 run. Turner gets one back in the top side of the 6th. Runners on the corners. And in this late stage, looking to keep their season alive against the Koalas.
I can't say that I'm glad that both teams definitely showed up. Both teams definitely took this serious. They didn't just go into the tank after losing some tough matchups against 2 of the better teams in the conference, Tennessee Wesleyan and Johnson. They came out with a vigor. They came out with a purpose, and neither team wants to go home early.
Right up the middle, it's loose in the infield, and she's cut down at first as the Koalas make the play and retire the side. 1-run ball game. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th in Kingsport.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Shry Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, college softball Southeast Sports Network. Thrilled to have you along for the ride for this one. Gabriel Shry, Lorenzo Robinson. Hope you're enjoying the action. I know we are. This has been a fantastic tournament already. And the stakes remain high between these programs. This time it's the Bulldogs and the Koalas in just a 1-run game. Winner takes all, loser headed home for the season. Of course, more to play throughout the course of the tournament, but it's do or die time, Lorenzo.
Exactly, and this is what it's all about. These are the type of moments that your best players need to step up and make plays, or maybe it's an unsung hero that steps up to the plate and does the unthinkable. A lot of fun happening here in Kingsport, and this is just yet another edition of what has already been a phenomenal week so far.
The Koalas a chance to wrap things up. Any scoring here would be game-changing. Showing bunt, pulling off. It's a senior, Syracuse, Utah. Brooklyn Franco, she played her prep at East High School and is actually a transfer to the Koalas. Came from Peru State College. Chopped towards the outfield, a play over at first, and she's safe. Headed down to second in scoring position and wins the race there as well.
And that was a difficult error to stomach if you're the Union Bulldogs. Easton trying to make the routine play, but it takes a very awkward bounce into her glove. She mishandled it and then threw an errant throw at first. Now Columbia getting another runner in scoring position already with a 1-run lead. Talked about it a lot already this week, with that fine line between winning and losing. Those are the plays that you look back on after the game and wonder what could have been.
There's the bunt. Right out front, a play down at first as she is safe.
That's a perfectly laid bunt there.
Safe twice.
But a perfectly laid bunt there to not just advance the runner, but also to leg it out and getting the first. Now runners in the corners. Columbia, chance to get some insurance runs here in the 6th.
Insurance runs would be huge for the Koalas, who are leading by just 1 on this side of the 6th. Popped up right side. Well played along the chalk. That'll send her back to the dugout, and now scrambling after tagging up out into scoring position where we have 2 Koalas. 1 on board at second, 1 on board over at third for Columbia College.
And the pop-up wasn't quite far enough to allow the runner from third to make their way home, but they were able to get 2 runners in scoring position now.
One away. First was a ball into the dirt. Kylie Smith, a senior from Goose Creek. Smith winds, holds the bat. Great power behind her swing. Insurance runs on the line for the Koalas. Runs that change the story of your whole season. How did it go this year? Meeting in the circle for the Bulldogs of Union College.
That's not the coach calling for that. That's the players. The players deciding amongst themselves to have that talk. They want to make sure that they keep Columbia at bay. They're trailing by just 1 run right now. Very manageable with the way that Union has played offensively throughout this game, but you don't want them to pick up any insurance along the way.
Absolutely not. Kylie Smith at the plate. One away. Bulldogs on the defensive side with 2 in scoring position. The 2-1 is set back center and caught. Well played by the center fielder, tagged up and coming home, and there's a run.
And that's the sacrifice fly that Columbia was looking for. That brings the runner home from third. That's an insurance run for them as well. They now lead by 2 runs in a game that's so tight and that's coming down to the wire. Those plays can be big.
That's big time for the Koalas of Columbia. It makes it 8-6. Tags up, 2 away on this side of the 6th inning. Union College needs to get off of the field if they want any chance of coming up with a rout. And still another runner in scoring position, prime scoring position, down on third base. Here's the delivery right down Main Street.
Columbia just keeps the chance coming, man.
They've got the fire. I want to buy that album.
The vinyl, man.
Hey, I'm here for the vinyl. Popped up over the top of the backstop towards a couple of fans down in front of us. Runner in scoring position over on third for the Koalas of Columbia College. Bulldogs looking to retire the side. Popped up, edge of the outfield. She got it, and that's exactly what they'll do. Koalas get an insurance run. Bulldogs a chance to come back. Can they do it in the 7th? We'll find out in just a moment in a 2-run ball game on SCSN. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, and inside of Brickyard Park, the Koalas, the Bulldogs. It all comes down to the 7th inning on SCSN and the AAC Digital Network. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, it's 8-6. Can the Bulldogs put together a comeback? What are your sage words, my friend?
Union's played so well throughout this game. Columbia has as well. It's been back and forth. This is truly what postseason softball is all about. Union, they definitely have to feel good about their chances based off of what they've done offensively throughout this game. It's not over until the Fat Lady sings, and I don't hear any songs being sung just yet.
Ladles that one right up the center. Counts 1-0. mentioned it out loud to the press box here, but on the other side of town, bottom of the ninth, things wrapping up between the Cavs and the Bears in the baseball tournament. 9-7 the final as the Cavs take that and move on. 4 broadcasts left to catch today on SCSN and the AAC network, so be sure to get your snacks and blankies now. 2 more here at Brickyard Park, 2 more over at Hunter Wright Stadium. Right up the middle, chopped right side, edge of the infield, and she's cut down at first. She'll go back to the dugout, 1 away for the Koalas, who are just steps away from advancing in the tournament.
Steps away, 2 outs away to be exact. They've battled back all throughout this game. Even when it looked like Union was going to run away with it, they've done everything that they've needed to do to put themselves in this position right here. Just 2 more outs, and they will move on in the Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament.
Nearly hit with a pitch as she stands in strong. Megan Merritt, junior outfielder from Knoxville, Tennessee, that played prep at Central High. Second time standing in. That was strike 1. With 1 away, the count is 1-1. Columbia looking to wrap this up in advance in the AAC tournament. The Bulldogs seeking a come-from-behind win in the closing stages. The thing is Columbia is just 2 outs. I mean, just a couple of quick plays away from walking away from here. If the Bulldogs are able to somehow score 3 runs, the Koalas have a chance to score their own.
We've seen crazier things happen. It's not too far outside the realm of imagination. It's just that Union needs to try to get something going quickly. And they're asking a lot with 2 outs on the board to get 2 runs, especially with the way that Dennis has been pitching over these last few innings.
Dennis has just been fantastic for the Koalas today. Obviously throughout the regular season as well. Big swing! And the Koalas celebrate. Dennis almost done with the job. And soaking it all in for a moment there. Chopped foul off the backstop to the right side. Next in the batting order for the Bulldogs, Kayla Keller, the outfielder from Baton Rouge. Perfect spot in the order for Union College to have her at the plate. Obviously, you'd love to have a runner or 2 on board with her. She's already been a hero today. Tight inside on that with 2 away. A 2-run ball game in the top of the 7th from Brickyard Park. Dennis looks to the dugout. Here's the 1-1. Chopped foul to the right into the backstop. The dugout, the fans of the Koalas letting Dennis hear their appreciation in this late stage. Really close on that, and again the celebration. Bulldogs and Koalas, 2-run game, 2 down in the top of the 7th. Columbia can advance in the tournament. Here's the delivery right up the center, chopped left side, a play over at first. She didn't make it. That does it. The Koalas win by 2 runs in Kingsport. Congratulations to Columbia College. They continue their fantastic campaign this season and advance in the tournament to the next round. What a showing.
It was absolutely a tremendous game on both sides. Both teams came to play. A lot of credit to both of them for this fantastic game, but obviously only one can advance, so a lot of kudos to the Columbia Koalas for being able to take down a very game Union Bulldog squad whose season comes to an end.
The Koalas end the season of the Union College Bulldogs. 8-6 the final score. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back in just a moment with the Golden Tigers and Reinhardt Eagles on the Southeast Sports Network and Appalachian Athletic Conference Digital Network. Baseball and softball all night long. We hope you'll be with us. All events airing on our networks are broadcast live, and our copyright material, today's game, will be archived inside of the app or platform where you viewed it and available for replay.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.